Hey, you guys, and welcome to my July wrap-up as well as my July #yearathon wrap-up, in which the theme for that month was Agatha Christie / Mystery Month. So, I'm going to talk about the two books that I read during #yearathon first, and then move on to the rest of the month. And if you guys see my eye line going this way a little bit, it's just because I have my Goodreads open, because, you know, it's been a while. But, let's go to the first thing I read, and it was the 4th issue of The Wicked and the Divine. And I just love this issue so much. 5 out of 5 stars. For those of you who don't know what this graphic novel is about, it's about how every 90 years 12 gods return as young people. They are loved, they are hated. In 2 years they are all dead. It's happening now, it's happening again, and I am totally really just like so into it, you guys. Just I'm hoping to get the second like volume soon. Then the next book that I read, and totally did not download the samples on my Kindle like I thought so, but it was Dead Ice by Laurel K. Hamilton. This is the 24th book in the Anita Blake series, and for those of you who don't know what the series is about, it follows Anita Blake, who's this vampire hunter executioner, and she is also like a necromancer who can raise people from the dead, just for a little bit, you guys. And I totally love the series. At this point I just feel like it's that good home series where I don't even really think try to judge it too much, because at this point, you know, I feel like if you had a problem with it, you're either keeping on just because you like it or love it, or because you're curious, or just because you want to be hating on it still, because I don't think things are changing. You'll know what I mean after like a certain point if you started the series. But I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. You know, one day I may go through it and be just like, try to be slightly not biased, but I feel like just being in this world again is just like this thing that just immediately calmed me down, and I just couldn't read the whole thing through. This book was almost like 600 pages. Read it in a day. The other parts of the week were probably just read. I probably read fan fiction. Not gonna lie. But moving on from that, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, obviously. And then the next book issue that I read was the 5th and final issue of The Wicked and the Divine. I gave it 4 stars. I'll link down below all the links down to the reviews that I did, because for each issue that I read, I did a review on them. They're basically spoiler free unless of course you haven't read the previous issue. So if you haven't read issue 2, and you read the review, then you'll probably learn stuff about issue 1. You know what I'm saying? So only issue 1 is completely spoiler free in this regard. So I'll link them all down below for you guys, so you guys can get my thoughts. And then next book that I read is A Murder is Announced by Agatha Christie. This one starts off with a paper announcing a murder, and everyone thinks it's a murder game, and they all converge at this lady's house, and lights go out, and boom, someone ends up dead for realsies. And this one, I believe it had like differing point of views from each people who are at the party and stuff like that. And of course we have Miss Marple, because Miss Marple is the main protagonist in the Miss Marple series, and this is the 5th one in the Miss Marple series. And I love Agatha Christie, and I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars because it was just wonderful. Agatha Christie's writing always just like sucks me in and just lets me go through all that stuff, so love. And then the last but not least book that I read was Brown Girl Dreaming, and believe me, all links will be down below in the description for all these books. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. Dee Dee highly recommended it, and I'll link her channel down below. She's frenchiedee. This is like a autobiography, a middle grade autobiography. And it's told in the poetry format kind of way about Jacqueline Woodson, from like when she was kind of born a baby, and then like to like a certain point in her childhood. I forgot exactly where like it kind of teeter-tottered off, like there's like some kind of definite ending sort of, but I definitely was glad that I read like the notations afterwards where she was talking about it, and that really helped to like cinch the thing, I felt like. So if you do read it, you should do that. But it follows her when she is born in the north, into when she's a little older, and her family, they moved to the South, and the difference between living in the North and the South, because this is just after the Jim Crow thing has been abolished and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a really tense time in general, but especially the difference between the North and the South is like yeah. So and then at one point I believe they moved to New York, and that is a different type of like feeling and environment as well. So that was really interesting, and just like kind of, I just want to reread it again, and I definitely will whenever I get a physical copy of it, because I definitely want to. It is one of my goals. So that is everything that I read in that month. You guys let me know down below if you guys can even remember what you read that month, or just what you read in general lately that you would recommend, or if you are interested in any of these books, because I would definitely recommend Agatha Christie to you, and definitely Brown Girl Dreaming is something that's great. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.